Hello to you. Thank you so much for tuning in for our digital weather update here that airs each day at 11:30. And today, obviously, if you've stepped outside, the big story is the wintry air that has moved in. This is after we hit high temperatures near 90 yesterday, which was incredible. We were 1 degree shy of the record high in Houston yesterday by hitting 89 degrees. Galveston hit 86. Now, I wanted to start out talking about, as everybody kind of joins us here live, I wanted to start out talking about the wind chill, and some people don't like the wind chill. Some people say, don't tell me how to feel, it feels like. Some people don't like that. But so I want to explain what it is. And so it does actually serve a purpose. And so right now temperatures are in the upper 40s, but the so-called feels like value or wind chill shows you that the wind chill factor is 40 degrees for Bush Airport and for Tomball, and actually feeling close to freezing out there to the west. Now, a wind chill that's freezing certainly does not mean that water will freeze. You could have a wind chill of 20 degrees, and if the air temperature is above 32, nothing is going to freeze. So that we know. But it does have a big effect on how your body reacts to being outdoors if you're not properly protected from the air. So, for example, with a wind chill of 40, if the actual air temperature is 50, then it's going to feel a whole lot colder to you. And now this is mainly of a concern for if you're in extreme cold. So if the temperature is well below 32 degrees, and actually started out with an observation made by polar explorers and Antarctic explorers who had to plan for how to prevent frostbite based on how high the winds were blowing. Now check this out. There is a wind advisory in effect along the coastline, and we know, and those of you who live on the island know, that Galveston is a windy place because there's just nothing stopping that wind blowing across Galveston Bay. The most recently measured wind gust for Galveston Island, unbelievable, 53 miles per hour with a measured wind. This is what's called a 1 minute average. So the 1 minute average wind is 28 miles per hour. So that's already a strong wind. That's called a sustained wind. And then the gust is what's called an instantaneous wind speed, 53. So it is, that wind is howling out there right now. Now the temperature on Galveston Island is 55, so it doesn't allow us to calculate that much of a wind chill, but it's substantial, substantially different. The actual air temperatures, obviously everybody is well above freezing, but it's cold. So 47 at Bush right now, 49 at Hobby. And as I mentioned to you on the news this morning, the temperatures are not going to budge very much today at all. We're not really looking for that much warming because we have an overcast sky and we have that harsh wind coming in. Look at the temperatures now compared to, let's see, it's 11:34 right now. Compared to exactly 24 hours ago, it is 38 degrees colder in Katy than it was this time yesterday. Yikes. It's about 35 degrees, now 37 degrees colder. It just updated there at Intercontinental Airport, and so it is a shock to the system to step outside. Now, I know a lot of us, especially parents and stuff, have been really waiting for this Halloween forecast to see how it's going to work out, see if it's going to be a rain out. Right now, it does not look like it's going to be a rain out. So we're going to have off and on light rain showers and drizzles today, probably tonight also, and then it should gradually start to dry out tomorrow, so that it looks like by trick-or-treat time tomorrow, temperatures will be in the low 50s. We'll have a little bit of a breeze out there too, and so far it is looking dry. So good news there, but some of these, I guess the outfit isn't as fun, if you're dressed as a dinosaur and you got to put a jacket on, but that's the way it goes, right? It is currently 49 degrees at Hobby Airport. It's misty, it's windy, it's cold, obviously. We're measuring a north wind at 16 there, and it feels like value of 43. All of this is being driven by this big dip in the jet stream. Now, this is much more of a fall and winter type pattern where we see these dips come down and it pulls cold air down out of Canada and carries it to Texas. It's also brought snow to Colorado, and it was snowing over the weekend in the Dakotas and back over to Montana as well. Now, with this cool air in place, we also have this phenomenon known as overrunning. So what that means is that if you step outside, and I was just showing you those winds, howling in from the north. So that's, obviously top of the screen to the bottom of the screen. But if you go upstairs in the atmosphere by a few miles, you're going to see the wind coming in from the southwest, and that's the jet stream pulling in that subtropical moisture, and that is called overrunning, where you have this cool dry air at the surface, and then the moist air runs on top of it and creates this precipitation. So that's why we have some of the drizzle that we have out there right now, and why we're not going to see the sun today. Now, farther off to the north, the sun is coming out, but it's cold. 34 in Amarillo right now. They were down to the 20s earlier this morning. That cold air has made it all the way down to deep South Texas, where Brownsville is 49 degrees right now. And look at that, even Laredo is at 45. It's colder there than it is here. They've had a little bit more rainfall. High temperatures today, roughly where we are now. So our temperatures now are in the middle and upper 40s. I think we'll stay that way for the afternoon hours, and really staying pretty chilly statewide with a lot of 40s and 50s. Looking ahead at tomorrow, Tuesday, Halloween, we're only expecting to get up to a high of about 58. Which will feel obviously a whole lot better than today. It's just not going to be as harsh, and we should gradually start to see some late day sunshine, although I think it'll probably still be cloudy early in the day. Lots of 50s around the region for tomorrow. This is the area that's under the wind advisory. So that's southwest Louisiana, East Texas, and then the Gulf Coast region. So this is Chambers County, coastal areas of Galveston County, which obviously is most of Galveston County, and then Brazoria and Matagorda. That advisory is in effect all day long today and tonight, and then through early tomorrow. And it's a warning that the wind is going to be gusting above 35 miles per hour. And as I just showed you, Galveston's actually seeing some wind gusts above 50 miles per hour, 53 being the latest one. If you're watching us from Pearland right now, you've recently had a wind gust of 43 miles per hour, and that's not necessarily in the wind advisory region right now, but it's close. And so it is really, really downright nasty out there right now. This area, believe it or not, is under a freeze watch. Now, this is not our immediate area. Some people, though, will get us on rabbit ears up there. So good late morning to you guys up there in Centerville, or just off, it's actually just off to the north of Bryan College Station, where there's potential for freezing conditions, probably not tomorrow morning, but the next morning. So heading into Tuesday night. Certainly could be some freezing temperatures there. Here's our outlook for the rest of the day today. Upper 40s, some low 50s for afternoon temperatures, but primarily upper 40s. Overnight tonight, cloudy, a chance for a little bit of drizzle, and then gradually will start to dry out. We'll see the return of a little bit of sunshine for tomorrow afternoon, although it still will be chilly. And then trick-or-treat time, temperatures will be around the low and middle 50s. Now, there's a lot to digest here on the 7 days, so let me walk you through it here. So we've talked about today, windy, cold, wet, all of that stuff. Tomorrow, we start to clear out a little bit, and then here's where it gets interesting. Heading into both Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, it's really likely that we're going to see 30s across the area. Now, I don't think we're going to have any sort of a widespread freeze, but it is possible that if you live, let's say, Livingston, Huntsville, closer to College Station, maybe Navasota, maybe even like over around Belleville and those spots, it's possible that you could get into the middle 30s, maybe even briefly low 30s, but I don't think it'll be like crop damaging or plant damaging temperatures. And then in the afternoons, we'll get progressively warmer, but still really dry. So looking terrific on Wednesday at 62, looking terrific on Thursday at 68, still very, very nice heading into Friday. And then the plans for this weekend are looking fine so far. You'll start to feel just a little bit more humidity coming in, and it won't be quite as cold. Low temperatures in the morning near 60, and afternoon highs in the low 80s. All right, coming up in just a little over 20 minutes, I want you to ask you to join us if you have time for Fox 26 News at noon. It will be the great Chelsea Edwards and myself, and so we'll have that for you coming up in about 20 minutes. So I hope to see you